Right, the time has come. I have a gap in the diary to build this amazing, and it is very nice, by the way.
Very
it's
nice.
Amazing Kyosho Optima Pro 4-wheel drive, classic, old school buggy. Let's get on with it. What a nice piece of kit this is. Their stuff is so good. The stuff is so nice. This is not my car. This is RC Steve's car. I've been, trying to find time to do this, but what with work commitments and everything, finally I've got around to doing it. So, it's got some added extras in there for us. We've got everything to get this car running. We've got battery, we've got motor, we've got ESC, we've got a nice Savox servo. I do like a Savox servo, I have to say. And of course, look at this packaging. It is, look at that. They know how to package stuff, don't they? Don't you think? Look at that. Tyres in a nice little box. So there we are, all the bits nicely laid out. You've got to love it. Look at this, nice and simple. A, B, C, D, E, F. Spare parts bag, plastic bag bits, Lovely. Let's get on with this build. So first thing to do are the diffs. We've got a metal one, nicely machined. Plastic one. Let's put it together. There's bits scattered. There's a couple of bits in there, a couple of bits in the bag. Little bit sketchy on the instructions, but anyway, let's put this together. Okay, so the diffs are pretty much assembled there. A couple of bits to do on here, which I'll do in a minute. It does give you alternative sort of choices. You can either put the chain drive sprockets on, which are here, which we're not going to do because we ain't got a chain. That's for the Turbo Optima Pro, as you can see there, which we haven't got. We've just got the Optima Pro. So we're going with the these ones, which is the belt drive ones. It doesn't come with oil, so I'm going to put 10k fluid in it to get us started. That should be good enough for what we need it for. Yeah. So there we go, guys. We've got our two diffs, front and rear. And let me tell you something, they are super duper well machined. Really, really lovely stuff, actually. Okay, I just need to show you this. This is super cool, this. So I've never really seen anything like this. It's almost like they put the belts on show. They're in tiny little cases. Look at that. So you can, let me get a light on it. This is actually a little Perspex case. You can see the belt running through there. It is, yeah, it's super nice. It's such a lovely build. Definitely one I wouldn't recommend rushing. So I've got this far. We've got the motor plate on there, the side panels on there. This is actually the chassis. These are named main chassis. So literally these two metal braces are the main chassis. I've never built one of these cars before, and it's really interesting. So all I've got to do now is put these in. You get thread lock in the kit as well, so I'm going to do that. I'm not going to show you doing it. This build's going to be done slightly differently, as I say. I'm not going to bore you with screwing screws in, so I'll just stop step by step so you can see. Side plates all on now, so it's onto bag C, which looks to be part of the front bumper and stuff. So keeping with the front of the car, we're now going to install these kind of side braces on, and then we're going to go onto the spur gear here. Okay, so we've got this far. Now I thought I'd done something wrong here, but it has a thing called a counter gear, and that obviously goes on there. That's your spur gear by the look of it, and goes into this counter gear using this here. But that's a bit later on in the build. I keep forgetting that this is, I know this is a Riri, but it's really interesting that Kyosho, whatever, they did things so much differently to everybody else. It's really interesting. I mean, some may say over-engineered. Do we need all of this counter gears and bits? Probably not, but I like the fact that they did things differently. But yeah, that we've got this far, and it's turnbuckle time. I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm just going to get them built, and then we'll go on to the next step. So we've got all the steering linkages on, front drive shafts, everything seems to be running super smooth. Yeah, just taking my time. You can't rush perfection. You really can't. Very nice. Very good. Okay, so let's focus you up. We have now got the the shock tower on. That was a nice fit, very nicely machined. And the turnbuckle's done. So what's next? Let's have a little look. It is, oh no, not more turnbuckles. I hate doing turnbuckles. But the good thing about this is you get a little turnbuckle tool. A little Kyosho turnbuckle tool. So you fit it in there and you spin it, and it doubles up as a little tiny spanner. Isn't that nice? So there you go. Nice little touch. So steering linkages are all set, ready to go now. It's time to fit the servo. We are going with the Savox Black Edition, SC1257. We've got the servo seated nicely in there. It gets screwed in from the top when the top plate goes on. Okay, so shock building time. I'm going to go, as it says here, low traction. So 2 small at the front, 3 at the back by the look of it. 100 weight oil, which comes in the pack. Because I reckon this car's going to get used outside at our mill end track, our local mill end track. I say we, it's not going to be me, it's going to be running it. It's going to be Steve, RC Steve. So I'm going to build it because I think he's going to probably run it there. And if he wants to change, he can. Okay, so this is how we build the shocks. Put this thing in here. Don't quite know what that's for, but it goes there anyway. And the top of the shock seats nicely in there. 2mm spacer. One of the tools you do want to get yourself really is a pair of shock pliers. Honestly, that has been a really good investment for me building cars and things, because you do not want to damage the shock shaft, put any scratches on there. Okay, let's fill the oil up. These are quite nice to do actually, these shocks, they're not too bad. I've done the other ones off camera because you only really need to see one. Okay, so the way we do this is in the manual. In fact, I've overfilled it, it's going to spew out, we know that. This goes in here. And then, again, nicely machined. Very nice too. Obviously, we're going to get a lot of seepage. Very gently pushed down, really slowly. And any excess will just drip out the edge at the sides. Now, Kyosho, whatever you want to call them, in their infinite wisdom, they've got you one of these, and this actually tightens up the shocks. You have to put it together, but that's a nice little touch. Very good. Okay, that's the shocks done. Time to get them on the car. So ready, 1, 2, 3. And there we are, complete with wheels. I stuck the wheels on because I want it to look like a car. I really do. And it looks very nice. So there you go, shocks are on. What we've got to do now, bumper by the look of it, install the radio gear, do the body shell, and then this car is complete. So the motor of choice is this Kyosho Le Mans 240 Gold motor. What a piece of kit, let's get this out. Okay, look at that, that is What a lovely, lovely piece of kit that is. That is going to look super nice in this car. So without further ado, let's stick it in. Right, so that's the motor in. I will just solder this in while it's in the car because it's obviously quite secure in there. And then we put this spur gear in there, which I think's quite an incredible. Is it over-engineered? Yeah, possibly. That's how we did things in the 80s or 90s. I don't know when this car was out first, maybe the 80s, but super nice. Pinion gear on, which is a 25 tooth. So yeah, let's get that on and then get the cover on and away we go. So cover goes on. It's got this nice little bit of felt on there as well. We just slip that on there. And then tiny little body clip just goes in there. That's that done. And there it is, all in there, nice and snug. What a really ingenious idea that was and is. Brilliant. So I guess now it's time to fit the under tray and do some soldering and get everything, get the electrics put in. So off camera, I did a little bit of soldering. Nice solder joints there, I think you'll agree. A little bit of heat shrink there. I want to try and get this wiring super neat for Steve because he's been an absolute legend. So I want to really make this a good job for him. The soldering iron I use, it's only a tenner, this one, from like Tool Station, and it's lasted a good long time so far. So yeah, cheap and cheerful, but seems to do the job. Let's get the ESC and the other bits in. Okay, it's safe to say the car is complete. So I'll tell you what I did it off camera. You don't want to see me soldering up really, do you? So obviously I've tried to make it as neat as I can, shortening up these cables and such. Putting the inline, I put in line the capacitor there, the power caps that come with the ESC. The aerial is quite nice actually because the Samurai does come with an aerial. And we want it a bit old school, so we want a little aerial in there. And that is basically the car done. I've done it as neat as I can get it. I don't want to shorten any wires because it's not my car and it's just Steve's car. He might want to take things out and, you know, jiggle things around and whatnot. So I shall keep them long. So all I've got to do now is put some stickers on this shelf. I've done the window masks already. I'm actually, sorry, I've done the window stickers already. I'm going to show you a little tip on putting the stickers on this thing. So you need a bowl of water, 2 drops of that, that's all you need. And then, so you get your sticker off like this. Now some of you might know this already. I think it does say it in the instructions, but I've not read the instructions because who reads the instructions? Dip it in. Then make sure it's covered. Now this is going to go, I've got one there ready. This one's going to go here. Get a little bit of your water on there. And then you just put it on. And the reason being, it calms the sticker down. You can just kind of manipulate it and see what it is. Yeah, that's about right. And then you basically just stick it like that. And then all you do is you push the water out like that. Get a tissue. And there you go. Not bad at all. So there you go, that is a complete build of the Optima Pro, the Kyosho Optima Pro 4-wheel drive. Absolutely brilliant, really enjoyed the build. I did it over the course of about a week, although it doesn't look like it in the video, because this is definitely a car I wouldn't recommend rushing. It came out really, really well. Beautiful shocks, beautiful machine parts, all the electrics that was are top notch that are in this. We've got the Savox servo, we've got the Hobbywing ESC, absolutely amazing, beautiful gold Le Mans motor in there. So there you go. Stickers were a bit challenging, if I can be totally honest, but we got there in the end and they look really good as well. So there you go. All that's left to do now is to test it out on the track, give it back to its rightful owner and start the next project, which I've got a bit of an idea actually. So if you've got any builds you want us to feature on the channel, we're doing a new thing here at Pop Along RC. You can send us your cars if you like. We'll build them for you, we'll blog it, and we'll
we might even put a little pop-along sticker on it for you. But anyway, there you go. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit the old ding-dong bell. We'll see you on another video.